Oh, hello.
Hi.
Well,
Uh,
Hey, Tim.
hi, how are you?
Good. How are you doing? Jado Nayak.
Jay Unayak and Oak. Okay. On show, Tim on show. Kleber. Schön gemacht. Okay. Well, schön. Ja. Bisschen vorig, Grace. Ja. Je doen je Ela.
Mohu is barking. 1 second.
I didn't hear anybody.
He just got a walk, so
Ah,
he's got a strong prey drive, and he caught a lizard while we were on a walk, and he's thrashing about. He's trying to kill it, and then he got it, and I was like, "Leave it, leave it." That's sorry. Yeah,
okay.
that's the command. He's an English dog, so
Ah,
we say leave it, but he wouldn't leave it. He just like had it in the lizard's little legs were sticking out,
oh,
and
jeez.
my son's trying to open up his mouth, and he's like clamped down. It's like a lockjaw.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
And
yeah.
the lizard lived. It did not die. It ran.
Oh, okay.
I wish your dog would come in my house. I have a alligator lizard in my house and I can't catch it.
Yeah, an
And
alligator
and
lizard.
it's big,
How big is it?
more than a foot.
Oh, here.
Oh yeah, it climbed down. If I had a net, I could have caught it, but it went on the curtains, and I know it's in the house still. So I know it's killing bugs, but I just don't like to have a lizard in my house.
Oh, okay. Like like this, a foot?
Oh yeah,
Oh,
a
yeah.
long tail because the alligator lizard and they can detach their tail.
Right, yeah, yeah.
So it moves, so you go after. Oh yes, I'm gonna catch it. I don't want it in my house.
Are those common in San Diego?
Oh yes,
Oh, really? Oh,
they don't
okay.
get that big. We have a little tiny one that comes in the cottage sometimes, and I have to get it rid of, take them out.
Uh, oh, jeez.
They're good. They just eat bugs and stuff, but I just don't want one in my house.
Eat
And
bugs.
I can't find them. Maybe the doc can find
Okay. Yeah. We'll adopt them, feed them flies or something. Yeah.
them.
Mm. Yeah. Oh, okay.
Another person.
Uh-huh. Lisa on show. Fiskama Lisa.
And Pat's still with her brother, so I don't know when she's coming back.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I got an email from her last week. She was with her brother. She's taking care of her brother.
Hmm.
Ha abra her chin. Okay, okay. So, yeah, yeah, yeah. So, oh,
There's
here's
D, so there's
D.
everybody.
Yeah, yeah. Piladunya on show. Okay. Hello, D. Kimrao.
Hello,
Okay.
Amiguma.
Yeah, Leva. I mean, Tulija read Doechem. Okay. Happy to see you. Okay. And okay, Leva. Okay. Well, Bill Nayak no Kesht echt Dunyasumbi? Anybody have news or question? No? Yeah. Okay.
Today we had a meeting. We were planning for tartan day.
Ah. When is that?
April 4th.
April
So it's
4th.
coming up very soon.
Yeah,
That's why we
yes,
had our
indeed.
meeting.
Less than a
Pat's
month.
not around, so we had
Pre-checking
first
in.
time we had to do it by
Pre-checking.
ourselves.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. Bisschen ma, bisschen sporso. Okay. All righty. Okay. All right. Well, let's take a look at what we've got. Let me share. Where are we? I have to share first. Mm, don't optimize. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Okay. All right. All right. Gaeltach. Okay. Here we go. This week's Piper, the Piper. Okay. Colabre Alexander Graham Bell.
Hmm.
In Inladar. Inladar. Okay, you own. Okay, so um and our piper piping, and there's Alexander. There's
I'm gonna
Alex.
talk on the phone.
Yeah, talking on the phone in the your classic British red phone booth. Okay, that are probably uh going out of style now. They probably got the last one
I've
up.
seen one in Scotland.
Yeah. Well, when I was there many, many years ago, when I first went, they're all over the place, but but the Brits, like Americans, have uh, transitioned to cell phones, and so but anyway, but that's it. And there's and just one more word about that. There's a great book out on Ounce of Iarla. It was written in English, something along the lines of how the Scots invented the modern world. And some of the things that are foundational to the modern world. I mean, from the telephone, television, um, penicillin, antibiotics, uh, asphalt, even raincoats were invented by Scots in the 1800s, early 1900s. So, anyway, but anyway. All right. Okay. And our usual stuff there. All right. Okay. And our Klarna Shechina, Fàilte, Shanachana Shechina, as usual. Gràmar Shechina. Okay. So we take a little break from our more intensive grammar studies by looking at the preposition re. Okay. Um, that's more complicated than it looks. Okay. Sgeulachd Shechina. Chian nan Gael, and Òran Shechina, hey ho Malenin, okay, and Opragaki and Notaichean. All right. Okay. All right. So Fàilte. Okay. So here's a short by a couple of the actors who are in on Chellan.
My name is Meredith Brick, and I played Sheen in Children.
My name is Sam James Smith, and I play Rudy McLean in The Island.
If you're going to investigate around students, you're going to need some Gaelic.
Here are a few of our favourite phrases and words. This is how to get away with murshed. Seachdaine.
Our first word is mush. Mush. A word that describes a serious crime, an annoyance, a minor inconvenience.
Hi, murshed. She was murdered.
Or murshed, an olive fetty and all. Very wants to tonight.
I don't know which is worse.
Our next word is eagle. This word means crime.
A fuse física in a Gaelic, son helicopter. Applet eagle. He didn't even know the Gaelic for helicopter. What a crime. I mean, it's obviously helicopter.
Anyway, just a little. Okay. And I've got a couple little shorts for us to get us warmed up. This is Kathleen. She's talking about, I think, a
Hálaigte go dúchas go thóca mé an éiste dééis agus na héilingin. Channe bhain go le snoch agus má tíige seo na hiidirú sé tíach lecha seo na dúne had. Éing agus lech agus feis agus dún an Gaelach ichas thóir caríormas. Well ach na bai. There's like gapte on the now, but I only know the chorus. Agus nó sé ga seo mi.
Okay. Just a little preview of a BBC program, and one more. Now here, this is one that a couple guys are speaking in English, but with Gaelic syntax. Okay, so in the how you'd put a Gaelic sentence together, but only in English.
Morning, good. What is going? A cold is on me. I am as cold as poison. Is food at you? No. The hunger is on me also, but time is not at me. Is the ability to you something to make with yourself? Not able. I am as sick as a dog. Did see you, Callan? Saw. He was in his journalist, but now he is working on his own head. How yellow for him. Oh, my destruction has come. Forgot me phone to put to the doctor. Are you thinking that we'll see me them today? I think that. Anyway, need I my feet to take off. Blessings with you. Night good. Morning good.
Okay. All right. Okay. But so this so that sounds kind of funny, but one of the ways to that has been recommended, I'm going to stop to share for a moment. One of the ways that it's been recommended to get the hang of Gaelic syntax is to do exactly that. Use English, but put it in Gaelic order, and don't have to do it all the time. You kind of sound kind of funny if you went to work or went to the store and spoke in Gaelic English or whatever. But but by yourself, something try thinking in the order of the Gaelic sentence. Okay, so anyway, it's just another method, but okay.
Do they have more of those? Does that person do more?
I don't know. I'll have to check that out. Yeah,
that was cute.
Yeah. I think so. I think so. Okay, all right. I'll see if I can find some more. Okay. All right, so we'll go back to share. All right. Okay. Shenachana na Shechina. An Uravis Shin Riorach, Biamit Riorach. Yes, Nudavis Shin Rimurach, Biamut Rimurach. Okay. When we are searching for gold, engaged in gold mining, we should be engaged in gold mining. And when we are engaged in, what would that be? Murach, shellfishing, okay? Biamit Rimurach. Okay, we should be engaged in shellfishing. And so the point here is that the proverb tells us, stick to the knitting. Don't be like one of these. We have many companies, like Harley Davidson tried to start a perfume line or something like that. So Starbucks tried to get into furniture or something. So stick to the knitting. Stick to what you do. Okay, and there's a couple language notes here as well. On urvis, well, on when, okay, no newer, okay, when, the time, the hour, okay, on newer is actually a contraction of on but of this is, and we've had a lesson about this, this is the relative future of be, Okay. You'd say an urahami something. Okay. So, but in the future or in the continual, so when we are doing this, okay, Shin ri orach. And orach would be hunting for gold, mining for gold. And the ri is actually what we're going to be talking about a bit tonight. This is different from agorach or amurach. The ri indicates, again, it's another way to indicate a continual state. Okay. And it's sort of like engaged in doing this. Okay. So, Haya Koper, Acme Widget, he works or he is working, but Hi Reoper, Acme Widget, that's what he is engaged in. That's his kind of his occupation now. It signifies a longer present time. And then Biamuch is let us be, okay? Let us be at mining for gold, or Biamuch Rimurach. Let us be. And again, that's a very special verb form that and you'll notice that the sheen, or the we, where's the we? I mean, where do you get we out of that? It is contained in the this word itself. The we is contained in that, Biamuch. Okay? All right, okay. Okay. All righty. Okay, so, and I've talked about the language notes. Biamuch, let us be, the first person plural command. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. And grammar na Shekhinah. Okay, so here we get to the point of all that. Okay. Re. Okay. Which is a very flexible preposition. It can mean to, or during, or with, or against. Okay, so so here we have the little octopus, re. Okay, a multi-armed preposition. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So what we want to do here is we want to recognize the common meanings of re, understand re with nouns and with verbal nouns. Recognize the high frequency patterns. Okay. And then lastly, avoid trying to force re into one English meaning. And this is true not only with re, but for a lot of words that we have in Gaelic that don't necessarily fit into just one meaning. I sometimes have students who will say, but in the dictionary it says, this one word. So you go, well, yeah, it does, but it also means, something that's not in the dictionary. Or or the dictionary gives 10 meanings for this word. Which one? I'm going crazy. I can't figure it out. Well, you just got to try to figure it out by context. Context is very important. And I'll give you an example of what I encountered, just this example. The word torak. Okay. The dictionary will tell you it's a pursuit, or a hunt. But I was reading a story just the other day, or yesterday, I think, yeah, that it also can be used to mean revenge. And it was used in this story, kind of a classic folktale, to mean revenge, which isn't mentioned in several dictionaries. Okay, well, how do you get revenge out of Torok, which means pursuit or hunt? When you think about it, this isn't always the case, that there's always a logical connection, but here you can kind of see the connection, in that it's if you want revenge on somebody, especially in the Highlands, right? You might chase them down. Okay, you might chase somebody, and so that would be a pursuit or a hunt. And so then the word itself would slip into this meaning of revenge. But that's kind of what I'm talking about. So sometimes you gotta kind of go with the flow, as it were. All right. Okay. Anyway, so so again, the re does not have one single English word. So it could be against or at or facing. Vai rishan unyek. He was at the window. Okay. Along with ami kolori madri, I was with Mary. Okay. Kolori, and so here you have a compound construction. Kolori. Okay. Okay. Rish. Okay. To Herste Rish, he said to him. Okay, so when we're brian or saying, ara, okay, we could use rish. Or engaged in, and this is the meaning up above in the shanachal, in the proverb, hai reoper on an office acme widget. He works at the Acme Widget office. And in English, we'd often phrase that in the present tense verb. That's where he works. What's he doing nowadays? Oh, he works at Acme Widget. Okay, hi reoper. Okay, so the re is communicates something one is engaged in. It could be to be done. Haimik rut reechen. There's many things to be seen. And very often in English, uh, we would say many things to see. Okay, we'd phrase it that way, many things to see. But you can think of it as it being in the passive voice. It shifts into the passive voice. There are many things to be there, many things to be seen. Uh, uh, ha, I could say, ha, imic root acum rienuf. Okay, I have many things to do, to be done. Okay, rienuf. Okay, imic root acum rienuf. Okay, to be done. All right. It could be have to. Okay, and again, this is linked with the preposition ek. Okay, ha'akam, I have. Okay, refalaf, have to leave. So the re here corresponds with the to. I have to leave. Okay. As, like, or then, hai choduri shagul. Okay, he as black as coal. Okay, okay. I could say ha on Czech Akam Nasluya no, that doesn't work. Sorry. Okay. That won't work. Okay. I was thinking of something else. Okay, anyway. How you rudu rishirul is black as coal. So here it's we have two words that mean as, that correspond to as in English in this phrase. Ho would be the first as, and the second one would be re. Okay, and up to something. Hasnog re mivog. Snog is misbehaving. Okay. Snog won't let go of that lizard. Okay. Right. Revogue. Yeah. Up to mischief. So it sort of means up to something. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. And as I said, one, don't try to translate re with one English word, and certainly not the same English word every time. So what you can do is, when you see it, think what is happening in the sentence. is there contact, opposition, speech, comparison, activity, something to be done? So try to take a look at the entire sentence, or at least the phrase. Okay. And very often works. One way to think of it is it's might be helpful sometimes to think of it as not so much a specific word that's being translated that has a meaning, but it's connective. It connects parts of the sentence. Okay. So it's generally connecting them, and then you fill in the blank as to what it's doing there. Okay. And as I said, I don't know if I said it, maybe I didn't say it, but I'm saying it now. You'll see re in its prepositional pronoun form. Okay, so room, root, re misha, re u, rish, re a, ria, re e, her, rain, us, reeve, you, plural, and rua, them. Okay, so as for instance, vae brian room, he was speaking with or to me. A brian room, you see, so vae brian ria to her, or rimari, you see, so you could if you want to use a pronoun form. Okay, vamia do kolo root, I will be going with you, kolo root. Vamia sabit rish, I was fighting with or against him. Okay, via naheshif ria, he was standing against it, and it here would be a feminine object, ria. Okay. He was standing against it, or ria could be an unyak, a feminine window. And so he was standing at the window, ria. Ambiu achin kolorin, will you be coming with us, kolorin? Okay. Nakulatu gu ageach riv. Didn't you hear a voice calling you? Nakulatu. Did you not hear a voice, gu ageach, calling riv, to you? Husht me imich rut rua. I said many things to them. Okay. I said many things to them. Okay. All right. Okay. So just to point out that sometimes you will not see a noun after the re, but you will see a prepositional pronoun. Oh, what did I say? Oh yeah. Okay. Well, I go down here. This should be here. Okay. So Rish. Okay, so I have some examples. Okay, anyway, so I talk about that. Okay, so against, at, facing, and contact with. Sometimes this is you think of it as the most physical sense, touching something, facing something, pressing against something in opposition. So re plus noun, or prepositional pronoun. Glek iet retonen a kun ski. Okay, so they struggled against the waves of the Minch, the Hoon ski. Okay, against Lechiet wrestled, retonen against. Okay, Vaminam Heshef Rishaun Chruiv. I was standing. Nam Heshef in my standing. Re Shaun Chruiv, against an old tree. Okay. Va'ushkan and Shekshian. I love that phrase. Rain of the seven storms. Okay, the rainstorm. Really bad. I mean, it's not just one storm, it's seven of them. Astariach rish an unyach, rattling against the window. Rish an unyach. Chloiv a ferrican taish agus mu ridochrechen. Okay, Chloiv, the wool, a ferrican, feels, taish agus mu, soft and tender, ridochrechen, against your skin. An Antea, Rish an Arshjajesh. The house faces toward the south. Rish an Arshjajesh. Vai Rish an Unyik, he was at against the window. But we'd say at the window. He wasn't leaning against it. You'd break it, right? And Vayed Sabits Rish Nasasini. They were fighting against the English. Okay, so a little note here. Ri and Rish. So sometimes you'll see Rish. And what's going on here? Well, again, like we've learned, because of the no two vowels touching each other rule, okay, you'll see Rish used if a definite noun is used, that is the, with on or or even na. So Rish Nasasinich, okay, Rish an Unyak. And so we have the S added on because you don't want the vowels touching. Billy, stop touching your mother or your sister. Stop it. Okay. Anyway. Okay. The no two vowels touching each other rule. Okay. So that's why you get the rish. It's the same word, has the same meaning, but just for phonetics, for ease of pronunciation, I guess. Okay. So you wouldn't say vai ri an unyek. Okay. Gaelic very often does not like that hard stop and start. Ri an unyek. Gaelic likes the gliding through rish an unyek. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. One meaning is together with, together with to Vaimi colori madri. I was together with Mary. Okay. And this is different from lay. Okay. Oh, now what was it? Somebody showed me something. I'll see if I can find it. Oh darn it. There was a there's a cute little, okay. Bear with me 1 second. I can show you this. Okay. Somebody sent this to me at the last moment and I forgot to. Oh yeah, here we go. Okay. All right. Know the difference. Ania achar kolori dovak. Washing the car with your son. Kolori dovak. Okay. Ania achar le dovak. Okay. Washing the car with your son. See, so here he's using the son, that is the little baby, as the implement to wash the car. So that's the difference between the with kolori dovak, with your son. In English, we'd use the same word, with, right? Okay, but in Gaelic, it's different. Kolori dovak, you're both of it doing it together. And in iachar le dovak, you're using your son as the washing sponge. All right. Anyway. All right. So anyway. So that's the difference. Kolori Mari. So I was together with Mary. Okay. Anje jespat rishna parenton. After discussing with the parent, rishna parenton. Okay. So here, re does mean with. Okay. In the English sense. Okay. Okay. Apari, to say to. Hurste rish, he said to him. Hula egu ageich rish, heard a voice crying to him. Va ana oil rish nahula. She was hospitable to all, rish nahula. Okay. Yeshin rish, we listened to him. Okay. And as we saw above, it could also be engaged with, or engaged in, occupied with. What's Seamus doing nowadays? He works at Acme Widget. Well, Seamus Anish Rimurach. He is now engaged in fishing for shellfish. Okay, this does not mean he's doing it right now today. He just went out. I mean, he works someplace else, but that's what he does. Okay? Bakorgut avi rido lessonen. You ought to be at your lessons. This is more immediate. Okay? Avi rido lessonen. You should be doing your lessons. You should be doing your homework. Hy oper ek in school. He is engaged in working at the school. Alan is ek na huterissen ernava iet rish. The authorities were fully aware of what they were up to. This is a different kind of being up to. Ha ri, okay, to be up to. You can think of this as being up to something, okay, up to no good, okay. Avelu rua. So you offer somebody a cigarette and say avelu rua. You know, are you engaged in that habit? You know, okay. Are you engaged in it? Do you smoke? All right. A verbal noun, okay? And so I mentioned a couple examples. Reachen, to be seen. Rechlunchen, to be heard. Ra, to be said. Rienef, to be done. Okay, so re plus a verbal noun can be can mean to be, and then with an ed, a word that ends with ed. So haruten akamuri ra, I have something to say. Literally, something to be said. Have is something at me rira, to be said. Something, okay. Maha gyor aun riiha is riol. If there is plenty to eat and drink, to be eaten and to be drunk. Riia is riol. Hanakeshten riam frekerst down in Gaelic. The questions are to be answered. Riam frekerst. Okay, to be answered. Rirake for sale, sorry. To be sold. Okay, rirake. You know, so you'd see a sign, rirake. Okay, to be sold. Now root and show ma rian ia. These things are good to eat. Ma rian ia. Okay, or haimik root riechen. Okay, many things to see, but literally things to be seen. Root riechen. Okay, all right. So ha ek ri. Okay, so I mentioned this earlier. We saw this up above. I have to. It's an easy way to say I have to do something. Akam ri, I have to. Aket ri. So here the ek follows the prepositional pronoun form. I have to, you have to, eka, he has to, echa, she has to, akin, we have to, akiv, you have to, aka. So and almost, you can think of it as almost literally following the English form. I have, I have something, okay? It sort of follows that because it does, ha'akam does mean I have something. Well, but what it is that I have is I have re and then the verb, okay? Ha'akam rishiol achaunik. I have to buy seed. Rishiol achaunik. Okay? And so note that what happens here too is that the object of the verb is fronted. Rishiol achaunik. Va'akin rishakar arek. We had to sell the car. Rishakar arek. Okay? Va'ekmari. So here we have a noun. If you have a noun, you can just use ek, redol yon skol. Okay, redol has to go to school. Va ek mari is at Mary to go to school. Okay, all right. Akam ri. Okay, and as then like ho ri, kolak ri, an un ri, the same as. So some examples. An a biauntin aga arstjicht, rish na biauntin an an apa. The mountains are aga arstjut. Okay, so that's a new phrase. Twice as high. Okay, twice as high. Aga arstjut. Rish na biauntin. as the mountains. So here it's as the mountains. Vanasulan echa, her eyes, hoduri shigul, as black as coal. Kolakrigara nan amadan, like the laughter of fools. Kolakri, kolakri, okay, like, okay. Buni e don un chelach rish a cholachrug. Okay, it belongs to the same family as a red grouse. Okay, as, so here it'd be as. Okay, rish a cholachrug. Okay, belongs to the same man. Buni, belong, a, it, to, un chelach, same family, rish, as, a cholachrug, the red grouse, okay? Ri. Okay, it could mean exposed to, okay? Vayet an chidamakach rish a grain. They were dried in the sun, chidamakach, dried, and not out in a grain, but rish a grain, exposed to. Va a dream rish, her back was bare, exposed. Okay? Is gun rish ye achan kaun is an avach, with only his head and neck showing. Rish ye achan kaun is an avach. Okay? All right, okay. Okay. It could also be in or during. So riamolah, in my day. Ridroch amisher, in bad weather. So, we might think as English speakers, you might say aunan molah, in my day. Well, you could say riamolah or ridroch amisher, riamisher ur, in cold weather. Riamisher Vlai in warm weather, Riamisher Rota in freezing weather. So it can be, and very often you'll see, I'll make a little note. Where should I make the note? I'll make it down here. Sometimes you might see perhaps in older writing, Ray. Okay, Re rather than Re. Okay, Re'molah. Okay, as in Re'molah. Okay, in my day. All right, Re'molah. Okay, nowadays we use Re'molah. Okay, fixed expressions. Retuv Natrai, by the side of the beach. Okay, this is one of my favorite expressions. One of the first poems of lines of poetry I learned. O nakaro akam bohan bek. Oh, that I didn't have oh, if only I had a small cottage. Retruv natrai. On show retruv natrai. On here by the side of the beach. Retruv natrai. Okay. Recheck. On chalm recheck. Okay, the future, the time to come, literally the time to come. Recheck.
Yeah.
All right, okay. And verbs, take re, krochri, to hang from. Okay, furachri, feiri, to wait for, or gavri, to accept. Okay, examples, vatochin on krochri of Elan. Okay, cigarette hung from his lips. Chulami amfuim rishon romi afeif. I heard the sound for which I was waiting. Rishon romi afeif. Okay, rish. Okay, gavrish, accepted. Okay, all right, okay. All right, okay. And another idiomatic expression. Okay, so bimovaher root. Okay, my mother will be at, something like at you or to you, would give you a telling off. Okay, no, be misha root, or you'll get it from me. Okay, to the verb ha plus re. Okay, on edipsa or on edipsary, dependent on, relying on. Edipsa means trust. Okay, Hyan Edipsa room. It's entrusted to me. It depends on me. Edipsa re. So okay, so a couple idiomatic expressions that use re, right? Okay. All right. Okay, so I'm going to pause here for a moment. Okay. Get off share. Okay. Any questions about any of that? Okay. Okay. A lot of very, so it's kind of an interesting word. Has a lot of different meanings, a lot of different possibilities. So anyway, so um
That was helpful because and as in Duolingo doesn't explain anything, so that did help. It
yeah,
was-
yeah, I know that's one of the faults of Duolingo. I mean, Duolingo is good for certain things, but then but but then one of his failings is it doesn't explain anything,
right.
and
Yeah.
and which would be easy enough to do. So I don't know why they haven't done it. Army's been running for a few years now, and they haven't gotten around to explaining, or they have very limited and spotty explanations sometimes. So anyway.
Yeah, and they're not consistent because they do explanations like in Spanish, but just not in,
Okay.
I think, yeah, all the languages are a little bit different, but
Yeah, yeah. Well, they have different teams working on it, and sometimes,
right.
and I think sometimes the people that put them together are volunteers rather than employees, and so so they get volunteers, and I don't know, the volunteer says, "No, I'm tired of this now. I don't want to do
Yeah,
it."
right.
Or maybe they get something like a native speaker who uh, who doesn't know grammar.
Hmm.
I mean, you talk to
Right.
the average native speaker of English and ask them to explain grammar, and they can't.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, they just, or we just know the language, and one of the first times I recognized that was when in high school I started taking foreign languages. I took French and German. Not that I remember any of them now, uh, but I was introduced to grammar, and it fascinated me then, and that's kind of stuck with me. So as I graduated into teaching English, which I did for a long time, I'd had a concept of how grammar worked, which very often native speakers don't have. I mean, we just kind of, you know, well, that sounds right, or that doesn't sound right, So anyway, but okay. Anyway, so uh, um, so I think kind of the bottom line for re is, well, remember these specific uses, and then sometimes it's helpful to remember a particular phrase, color re. I mean, okay, so you remember that, so you don't have, so uh, Hamiania car colorim ovak. I'm washing the car together with my son, not lay movak. Okay, but if you remember the phrase, for me, sometimes remembering the phrase is easier than remembering the abstract rule. So the abstract rule, you kind of, well, what did that sentence say? And then you retranslate it. And, but if you just remember the phrase, that can, I'm a geistig rish, I am listening to rish. Oh, okay. So this is like that. So I remember that usage. Okay. So that's one hint. And the other is you can just leave that blank. I mean, kind of in your mental translation, don't struggle with re. I mean, that word, because if you think of it as a connective, what would be the logical connection? I'm listening music. What would you fit in there? Yeah, I'm listening to music. Okay. Um, Hamiani akar blank movak. What would you fit in there in English? You see what I'm saying? Sometimes that might be helpful. Just think of it as a connective, and as connecting them, So how would you translate it as a connective? What would be the logical connection? Okay, so you can be thinking about that as well. Okay, and then remember the specific instances. And as you go back through this, as I hope you will, maybe you remember one sentence or one example in each category. Okay. Okay. All right. Rishan Unyak. I mean, you should remember that. At the window, Rishan Unyak. Okay. Different from Rish, but you have to be careful. Different from Rishavala, against the wall. Okay. He was, you could say he was Rishavala. He was at the wall, but Rishavala could also mean against the wall. Okay. Or Hayasabet's Rish Nasasini. Okay. Against, Rish, against, Rish, so again, if you saw that, Hayasabet's Rish Nasasini, well, he's fighting Sabich blank the English. Okay. What would you be, what do you expect a Scot to be doing in relationship to the English? Fighting, okay, against, okay. Anyway, all right, okay. All right, so we have a few minutes before I want to transition to the Sgeulachd. So let's take a look at some exercises. Okay, so I try to take you through a few of the examples. And so here we have choose the best meaning. Vairishan Unyak. Would it be with, at, or against, or then? Rishan Unyak.
At.
Yeah, very good. Yeah. Okay. Hamari Ryevak. She's engaged in, she's against, or she's with reading.
Engaged in reading.
Engaged in reading. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Rutikan Akam Rira. With me, to be said, or against?
With me.
Up.
With me.
No. Rira. Rutikan Akam. That's that have to is something that I have. Rira.
To be said then. Okay, B.
To be said. There you go. To be said. Thank you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Is something at me to be said. Rira. Okay. Hurste room furik savak. He's to me, against me, or as me?
To me.
To me.
To me. Yeah. He hurst room. To me. Very good. Okay. All right. Anyway. Fill in the correct form of re. Okay. Hurste to him.
Room.
Well, that would be to me.
Okay.
Yeah. To
Reach.
him. Yeah, Rish. Yeah, Rish. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So here you also get to, lucky you get to review your prepositional pronouns. So re. Okay. First a Rish to him. Vamikola.
Re.
Very good. Yeah. If there's a noun, it's not the prepositional pronoun, it's just the preposition by itself. In this case, it would just be rimari. Okay. Yesh sheen.
Rish again.
Rish.
Rish. Yeah, very good. Rish. Yeah. Yeshin Rish. We listen to him. Okay. Gleva. Okay. And go through and do those. Let's see. Oh. Translate into English. Vamikolo ri Seamus.
I was with Seamus.
Yeah. I was with Seamus. Okay. Vaimek rutri echen on show. What does imek root mean?
Something.
Close. Many things.
Okay.
Many things. Okay.
To see here.
Yeah, to be
See
seen.
this? Okay.
Yeah, to be seen here. Yeah, many things to be seen here. Ri echem. Okay, and imek means many, And note that it, just a little side note, note that imic takes the singular. Think of his, I'm going to make a little note. Imic means many, but takes the singular.
That's
Think of it as, what were you going to say?
that's kind of weird because there's many things in English you would pluralize it.
Yes, but think of the old form in which you might see
Many
as
thing.
a very good, yeah, many a thing. Okay, yeah.
Ah,
So it follows that form. Yeah, so we don't see this in modern English, but in older English, maybe 1800s, 1700s, many a thing to be seen there. Okay. Okay. Uh, uh, we'll try one more. When a hutigan an chidamachach risha grain. The hutigan would be the clothes. Chidamachach. Chidam would be to dry. So that'd
oh,
be drying rish a grain.
with the
The
sun.
sun.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The clothes
The
are dried
yeah, the
with the sun.
clothes, yeah, clothes were drying in the sun. We'd probably say in the sun. Okay.
Is it past tense? Va?
Yeah, va. Yeah, yeah, va. Yeah, we're drying in the sun. Risha grain. Now, in English, we'd say in the sun, but in Gaelic, we say
With the sun.
yeah, with the sun or against the sun. Okay. Okay. All right. Very good. Okay.
Facing the sun.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's very good. Yeah. No, no, yeah, that's very good. Yeah, yeah, facing the sun. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Facing the sun. Yeah. Okay. All right. So he was at the window.
Ba a re
Cold.
unech.
By a Rish an
Rish an Unyek. Very
Yeah.
good. Yeah. By Rish an Unyek. Yeah. Okay. I was with Mary, with Marty.
Bami Kol
Bami kamra reach.
Yeah, very good. Cola
Ri.
re Madre. Okay. And if it's with her, that would be Ria. Okay. So you would not say Ria Madre, and you would not say Re E. Okay, yeah. So yeah, so I'll make a note of that.
Okay.
Not what I say, not Re E, you know, and uh and not Ria Madre. Okay, so I have to be careful not to mix up your forms. Okay, so it'd be Ria with her. Okay, not Re E and not Re Madre. Okay, all right. Okay, Leva. Okay, okay. Oh, okay. Oh. So here we have. Oh, yeah, I forgot to put this in a. Hold on.
You can make a sentence with two half sentences.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Hold on one second. Okay. So want to do this. Okay, and then we want to. So this is like, well, if you have it on a piece of paper, you draw the arrows, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so Hashemus Re, and so
Well, you wouldn't say re.
Yeah.
yeah, well, no, that's a mistake. So it's not re. So yeah, so maybe drop those out. So Hashemus Re, what would he be doing?
Has he fought a niece?
Yeah, Falafanish, yeah, you could say that. Okay. Hirste Room. Uh, what would she say to me?
I don't know.
Furik.
Yeah, Furik Savik, be quiet, stay
Oh,
quiet. Okay.
yeah.
Amic Root.
It's re fiken Valley.
Yeah, Riechen about to be seen in the village, okay, in the town. Very good. Okay. Uh, okay. Oh, Ha'akam, I have to
Obair and Jew.
Yeah,
Operan Jew.
reopen on Jew. Yeah, I have to work today. Very good. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So maybe the best way to fix this would be just drop out these re's. Okay. Very good. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Good. Oh, and you have an answer key too. Okay. Lucky you. Okay. Yeah. So go back over these. Okay. I supplied you some of the answers, but I'm gonna upload the uh the 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 revised and updated form, and I will take out the answers that I put in here as we're working through it. Okay. So but you have the answer key, but but you can work through it again and see what you can remember and work through it. Okay. All right. So any questions so far? Any questions? No? Okay. All right. Hosolia, uh, Hosolia Rishagrania. As clear as the sun. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. All right. So now what I want to do is share with you, show you, okay, a little, okay, presentation I put together. Try to keep this. This is, the coming of the Gaels. So try to keep the stories and the presentations varied. So and here we go to. I'm gonna. Do I have the share on? No. Let's see where am I? No, I don't. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna call it up in 1 second. Try to keep the Sgeulachd varied of different sorts. Sometimes in Gaelic, we'll read through it in Gaelic, we'll read a Gaelic story. Sometimes I give you a little bit of history. Okay, so tonight I'm going to go back to the very beginning. Okay, the coming of the Gaels. How did the Gaels get to the British Isles? And remember, I mean, this starts in Ireland, and so I hope we're all very well acquainted with and if not, we'll gradually get there. How the Gaels got to Scotland. Okay. Well, they got to Scotland, or we got to Scotland through Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
Hence the the shared Gaelic culture that I very often referred to. Uh, and so and in looking at the mythological roots, I mean, so every culture has kind of a mythology. And I mean, even if at the time, they originally tell it, they think of it as history, but there are mythological elements in it. And mythology has more, it has more to do with a general worldview, a general conception, or the story that we tell. Rather than just historical fact. And so you can refer to the mythological beginnings of America, or of the United States with the Pilgrims. There's certain factual elements of that, but there's mythology in that as well. The way that it's constructed, okay, and the story that it tells about how the European colonialists came to the United States, and and certainly in the a lot of mythology. For instance, in the first Thanksgiving dinner, they, that's, the, a lot of that is made up. Okay. But anyway, but every culture has this, and it tells us something about the culture and their original conception of themselves, and the people's original conception of themselves. And now looking back so far into the coming of the Gaels to the British Isles, first to Ireland. We see the stories that the Irish told, that the Gaels told about how that happened. Now, one of the interesting things is, now, it might be that a lot of the original creation stories have been forgotten. Because remember, these people did not have writing or didn't believe in writing, the sacred stories. because if you wrote down the sacred stories, like you wrote a Bible, that would strip the strength from them, because the strength is in the voice and the spirit that comes out of the person rather than in the written word. And so, but so there's that. But that there's also might be an element of, and so there was pre-Christian, pre-writing mythology, as it were. But might also happen to be. I often chuckle at the situation that the Gaels weren't interested in the creation of the world, or or anything, how it all began. They're only interested in themselves and how they got here. Okay, so but it also points to another worldview. Remarkably, in Gaelic culture is very much grounded in the world, very much grounded in this world. Doesn't get into, say, the spiritual world, doesn't split the world into, the natural world and the spiritual world. You don't have that kind of dichotomy in Gaelic culture. The important thing is this world here. This is the world that we live in. This is the world that we experience. So sometimes you get, certainly sometimes in Christian mythology and Greek philosophy, you have a dichotomy between the physical world and the spiritual world, and the spiritual world is somehow more real than the physical. I mean, heaven is more real than the world we live in here. Okay, which personally, a little soapbox here, I think is related to how the Western world is destroying the natural world, polluting the world, just because it's not important. Only the other world, is important. But anyway, but that's a topic for another day. But anyway, but note that for the Gaels, the mythology begins with the invasions of Ireland, what they call the invasions of Ireland. So anyway, so hope it's interesting, hope it's fun. But anyway, but let's get into this. Okay, so and share. Okay, so the mythological invasions of Ireland. Okay, so this is the story that we're going to go through. Okay, how it happened. Okay, so the Gaels first I'm going to shrink this just a bit. Okay, okay. The Gaels first settled in Ireland before coming to Scotland. Gaelic mythology tells of the waves of invasions of Ireland by different people before the Gaels. I say before the Gaels, but that is before the contemporary Gaels, because very often the people that the Irish or the Gaels were struggling with to inhabit the island, had Gaelic names, and so very often so one might think that they were just different tribes of Gaels, okay, or of Celtic peoples at least. Anyway, so first one was Cæsar, and a lot of these stories go back to the Middle East, and she was the granddaughter of Noah, that is, of the flood, right? She brought sheep to Ireland with 50 women and 3 men. Okay, so a real feminist culture. Okay. 2 of the men died, and the third one, horrified at the thought of having to see to the needs of 50 women, fled. Okay, that's actually in the myth. Okay, and Caesar and the other women died of broken hearts, or they just died out. Okay, and one woman lived 500 years and shapeshifted into different animals. And you see this, so this becomes the kind of the shapeshifting, the becoming different animals. That is the otherworldly spirit of the Gaels. In a sense, identifying with the non-human world, becoming part of the non-human world, or shifting back and forth between this world and the animal world, as it were. Okay? All right, so there was Partholon. He came from Greece. He was kind of an outlaw. He'd killed his mother and father. He brought his wife and sons. He brought the concept of the guest house, that is the Cayley house, brewing, cooking, and dueling. And his descendants occupied Ireland for 500 years until they all died of a plague And Tuan Makar, it was a seer, that is a druid, and foretold times to come. He also shapeshifted. Here we have another more shapeshifting: salmon, stag, boar, and eagle. Okay, so he shapeshifted too. Nemid, an old name for sacred or holy, and he was connected to the Druids. Came with his wife, their children, and 20 others. Numerous ships, but all destroyed, searching for a tower of gold in the ocean. Okay, and they fought the Fomorians, but were later overthrown. Okay, so, and the Fomorians, these are terrible creatures, giants, monsters, who ruled Ireland before the Irish came, before the Gaels came. Defeated by Nemid, but then resurged and defeated Nemid. So there are ongoing battles back and forth. Okay, and known to be fearsome monsters. And a people called the Fir Bolg. And this is an interesting group of people. We don't quite know who they might be related to. Well, we don't know who the other people were either, but there's something mysterious in the name. Could be translated as men or people of the fiery darts, of the arrows or spears. Okay? Possibly, some people guess that possibly a Celtic people from Gaul, which means like Belgium, Fir Belg, okay, which would be Belgium. But there's a hint in the name. It could be related to the legendary spear of the Gaelic hero Cuchulainn, who had this Guy Bullock, which was a spear made from sea monster bones. That if in this case Cuchulainn threw it at somebody, it would open up inside them and cut them all to pieces from the inside. A terrible weapon. Okay, and so they might be, the men of the spears. And the last people before the Gaels came, the Tuatha. These are thought to be a magical people of the goddess Danu. Danu was kind of a pan-European, Indo-European goddess of water, of life. And so we see a figure of Danu right here, okay, holding this chalice of water, right? They were led by their king in 300 ships, and their arrival is foreseen by the Fir Bolg king Echet Mac Eric. So here we have a Gaelic name, Mac Eric, son of Eric. Okay, all right. So and there are a lot of, and we have some record. I'm not getting into it here, but of other gods and goddesses that came from the Tuatha. So a lot of what we know about the pre-Christian gods and goddesses of the Celts come from the Tuatha. And when they landed, the Tuatha burnt their ships. A very heroic action. Okay, yeah, as in saying we're not leaving. Okay, yeah, and we have to stay here. Right. And they negotiated with the Fir Bolg and wanted half of Ireland, and the Fir Bolg refused and chose battle. So they fought a war, okay? And 2 battles, Ca Maig Tuirecht, the first battle of Mag Tuirecht, and Nuada, the king, fought the battle and had his hand cut off. Okay, so here he is fighting with his hand cut off, and he continued to fight, and the 201. And in the peacemaking, the Fir Bolg are given 1/5 of the portion of Ireland in Connacht, okay, which is now in the west of Ireland. So the Fir Bolg lived on. They weren't wiped out. They were just what do you call transplanted to the west. Okay, and an area that is still in some has native Irish speakers to some extent. Okay, known as the Gaeltacht of Ireland. Okay, all right. So, and then the Fomorians return. It's like it's like the monster that comes out of the grave, right? And this time led by Balor, called Balor Nasulia. Okay, that who had an evil eye, Balor of the Eye, that would shoot out fire. And in the second battle of Mag Tuirt, Lua, grandson of Balor, and so here we have, the mixing of the races. Okay? He was a god of light and crafts. He was known as Lua Lavata, okay, Lua of the long arm for his skill with the spear. Spear, I guess, would be metaphorically his long arm. And in the story of the battle, he pierces Balor's evil eye and forces it out the back of his head, so he burns and melts his own army. So that's kind of a magical deed. Now, afterwards, Lua, who is here a hero, becomes kind of a god. Okay, so, as the Tuatha are transformed into spiritual beings. Okay, so he becomes a god. And for a time, the Tuatha ruled Ireland as a land of peace, prosperity, art, music, and wisdom of the Druids. So this was a golden age before the coming of the Gaels. And so, which is presaged by Miel, whose ancestors came from Scythia. And even into the early modern era, Scots would refer to their ancestor being from Scythia, which is now in the area of what we think of as, say, Ukraine or southern Russia, something like that. It's okay. All right. So here we go. So kind of opposite the Black Sea, opposite Turkey, across the Black Sea. Okay. And they moved to Spain. So they traveled down here and across to Spain and then up to Ireland. Okay. They're the forefathers of the Gaels, the sons of Miel, migrated from Spain. They descended from builders of the Tower of Babel. And so there's a legend that that they constructed Gaelic from all the languages that were forgotten when the Tower of Babel fell. So you remember the biblical story of the Tower of Babel, in which all the language was all the languages were confounded and lost. Well, this Phineas reconstructed those languages into Gaelic. So hence the legend around Gaelic, that it's the first language. It's descended from the first languages. Okay, so the sons of Miel encountered three Tuatha goddesses, Banaba, Fola, and Eru, and each asked that Ireland be named after her. Okay, and as a matter of fact, it's said that that's where we get the name Erin from, Ireland, okay? And that they be allowed to keep the kingship for 3 days. And in that time, the sons of Miel should return to their ships and go out to sea and hang around for 3 days. Okay. And a distance of 9 waves, whatever 9 waves is. Okay. All right. So anyway, but they're supposed to go out and then come back, and then they can have Ireland. All right. Well, the Druids of the Tuatha raised a great storm and drove the sons of Miel further out to sea and almost sunk their ships. However, Amergin, a druid of the Milesians, sang a magic verse which calmed the seas and allowed their ships to safely return. Okay, so and the song that he sang, that I don't include here, I should have included parts of it, is again, he sang this song, keeping with the tradition of shape-shifting and a unity with nature. He says, like, I am the leaping salmon, I am the eagle, I am the stag on the mountain, so I am these things, okay? And that's how he commanded the elements. So the Tighinn returned, and and after a great battle, in which the Tighinn were defeated, they retreated under mountains, as it were, and under waves. And so they lived on as the fairy folk. So you might remember that several times I referred to the fairy mounds. Okay, told you stories about how the fairy folk lived on in the mounds. Okay, somehow. Well, these are the Tighinn, the previous people who lived in the lands of the Gael, both in Ireland and Scotland. Okay, so they retreated into the fairy mounds and lived on there and became the fairy folk. Okay, okay. And the Gaels claimed all of Ireland and eventually Scotland. Ach sé scéal son lá éile, but that's a story for another day. All right, okay. All right, okay. So that's the history of the Tighinn and Gael, the coming of the Gaels. All right, okay. So, all right, okay. So now I want to go to our song. All right, okay. All right, so let's go here. Let me call up my Zoom window again. All right, okay, all right, okay. This is a fun song. Okay. It's a walking song, that and the way it worked in traditional Gaelic culture, it was sung by women as they walked the wool, as they prepared the wool. Very lively. And remember, some of these songs were not necessarily written, eventually written down, obviously, but not composed by a songwriter per se. Very often composed or put together um, uh, on the spot, impromptu. And people would make up lines and have fun with it, and sometimes um, share gossip or fun observations. Sometimes, you'd have a walking song that was very sad, and as they told of the sorrows of the day. Okay, but this is a fun one, and in here, uh, we have somebody talking about, or the collective group talking about my sweetheart, Leannan, very often translated into English as my lover, but probably more accurate word would be something like sweetheart. Okay, it doesn't contain what the sexual overtones that the word lover in contemporary English does. Okay, my sweetheart. Okay, Leannan. All right. Okay. All right. So let's get started. So Sé Leannan Gila. He's my sweetheart, the lad column, Gila. Sometimes mean boy, sometimes lad, sometimes a servant. Okay. Suran Darich Latzer U. And here we're talking to column. Carpenter of the strong oak, you are. Okay. Okay. Shame Leannan, I'm fair down. He's my sweetheart, the brown haired man. A Holcook found ounce Tighinn that raises a tune in the music house, in the Cayley house, on Tighinn. Okay. Shame Leannan Suran Tavi. He's a sweetheart carpenter of sawing, Suran Savi. Okay. So, so he's a carpenter, staying with the carpenter motif. Lekek lo ta lar gedlua. Would lay a loft floor so evenly. Okay, so just look at them lay those floors. Okay, so and remember when we talk about a carpenter back in the day, that was one of the most prized skills. Okay, people didn't back in the day. Very often people didn't have anything else to work with but stone and wood, and so being a carpenter was a very highly skilled person. All right. Anyway, Corlaveren heen gruachach. Corlaveren. I would give myself. I would give advice to any girl gruachach of a kumul suis retrur, to be keeping up with three. That is to keep three of these Lennons around. Keep three sweethearts. Okay, get a yenik at ula fhacal. Although they all should leave her, and here be less confusing, we just say it. Okay, it's get a yenik at. You see, it's written like this because that's kind of how it's pronounced. Get a yenik at. Okay, but make more sense to us if we just say it. I think, though you don't pronounce it it. Get a yenik it. Ula fhacal. Though they all should leave her. Okay. Vig alive ech efer ur. Her hand would soon be with a new man. Okay, vig alive ech. Her hand alive ech. Efer ur. Yeah, she should have another one. She'd have a spare. And kulashiv margerach also. Did you hear as gerach? Okay, sometimes erika, which means to rise. What arose with me, but what happened to me. Okay, Churantogna rumachul. Okay, the young man turned his back, turned achul, his back to me. Room. Here we have re, right? Okay. The young man turned his back on me. Hatavesme shut ach surach. But it was just a little thing. It was surach. Okay, trifling. Okay, on a hurmi ferasur. Since I now have a new one, since I got me a new one, since I now have, since I hurmi fair. Okay, since I got a new one, since I got a new one, I fair asur. I have a new one. Yeah, don't bother with it. Okay, Galafan gul school coleman left the love. The union broke, school a common, the union, okay, school dispersed, broke. Hamisha coma koyu. Hamisha coma. Hamisha coma. I don't care. Hamisha coma. Hamikoma surakakam. I don't care. It's a trifle to me. Haket echa. He has permission. It's bech moyu. This little I care. I don't give a I don't give a poop. Okay, it's bech. It is little my care. Okay, little I care. All right. Okay. All right. So that's a fun little song. Okay. Advice shared in the walking circle. So let's see what we can do with the song. Okay. Can you hear that? Did you hear that singing?
Yes.
Okay, clever. Okay. All right. Okay. So what I want to do, I'm gonna see if this works. I'm going to see if I can play it again. Can we go back to the beginning? Okay. I'm gonna make it. Yeah. I'm gonna slow it down and see if we can get the sound. And just because that's kind of fast, I wanted you to get a feel for it. See if we can slow it down and catch some of the words a little bit better. Playback speed at 75%. See if that works for us. All right, okay. Usually that works, okay. Let's try this then. There we go. Okay. All right. So there we get a feel for it, and as usual, feel free to come back to any of these and and rehearse them for yourself. Uh, and one last thing about this: remember that as these people were singing the song, they were doing the work, but also, it was a time of fun. They had fun with these songs, and so they would be laughing and singing and having a great old time. Okay, all right. So class notes. One last thing. So do the exercises, of course, and I've got a couple of things for you to watch. Ruth and Becca Boyack, and it's really um, um, uh, beautiful little things. Beautiful little things. I don't know where the translator got life's little things. Uh, and kind of a little documentary in Gaelic with English subtitles. Okay, and again, beautiful little things. Okay, uh, beautiful little things. Same thing, keeping active, and so here she goes. The hostess goes and does exercises, but speaks in Gaelic. So it's a little bit of a Gaelic documentary. Uh, not terribly deep, but kind of fun to watch. Okay. and then have another immersion Gaelic video, and this one about traveling. So this one you can just turn on and leave on in the background and just immerse yourself in sounds of Gaelic. All right. Okay. All right. And that's about all she wrote. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. So, any last words or questions from anybody? No? Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So, anyway, Tapalev Ahula Dunya, Tapalev, I guess says,
Cheery.
Tapalay.
and he me shiv an I hechen. Okay. Aikava.
Aikava.